What is going on, and welcome back to the Real and Raw Show. As always, I'm your host, John Marrone. Look, before we dive into today's episode, I want to just go ahead and make this announcement now. You're going to be listening to this. It should be Wednesday, the 22nd of February. You might listen to it after. I don't know. But if you're listening to this before February 23rd and you're in real estate, there's nothing to do but to go to my Instagram really quick, at Real John Marrone, slide into my DMs, DM me the word call night. I got a free sales training and a free call night that's happening on Thursday, all virtual. We're going to do 30 minutes of sales training, best tactics, giving you some of the tools that we've helped our clients convert $30 million in commission last year, 33% conversion rate. We're going to give you some of the same exact tools, as well as we have an hour of dialing your leads. And then we're going to give away some prizes and some free coaching and some gifts and some cameras and some other things. So make sure if you're in real estate, you don't skip out on this event. It's free. You do it from luxury of your own home, or have everybody on your team go to an office, get some drinks, get some food, and make it an event. But DM me at Real John Marrone. Slide into the DM, say call night. And if you're not on Instagram, which you should be, you can go ahead and go to my Facebook, John Marrone, Marrone, and DM me there the word call night, and we'll get it to you. So that's enough of the public service announcement. Let's talk about what I want to talk about today. And the reason why I want to talk about it, let's start there. Last week, we were in Atlanta, where I did a conversion day where I brought about 65 agents through a transformational day of mindset and skill set training. Now, during this day, a lot of people came up to me. They're asking me questions about how they can overcome this objection, that objection, their own obstacles. And then by the end of the day, we had over 53 set appointments and made over $500,000 in potential commission. If you've been following me for a while, you know that we have the best opening line in the business, the best objection handlers, best closings, all that stuff. But the reason for today's call or today's show, and the reason I want to bring this up is because I had a conversation with somebody, and that person said this to me. They said, John, once I go ahead and I start setting more appointments, man, I'm gonna be so excited, man, and then I'll know this is for me. They were new in real estate, and that made me really start to think about the way as humans we operate, and we operate on such a conditional basis. Look, I'm definitely a victim of this, right? I definitely fall into this trap. But do you want to know what the one of the number one killers of your happiness is? It's conditional happiness. One of the biggest enemies to your happiness is conditional happiness. Hey, once I do this, then I'll be happy. Hey, once I have that, then I'll be happy. Hey, once this happens, then I'll be happy. But I need to ask you a question. Have you ever put your happiness in a person or a job or a thing, and then that thing, that person, that job got ripped away from you? What happened to your happiness? It disappeared. It disappeared. That is what I call, my friends, conditional happiness. That is a trap that so many of us fall into, and it is a very scary hole to fall into when you continue to put your happiness in a result. You will find yourself in this loop of this roller coaster of being happy, unhappy, happy, unhappy. It's not easy to overcome this, but you have to first understand that, am I that person who truly is only happy when I have these things? Am I the person that is only happy once I get that thing or start setting appointments? Because if that is the case, then you got to take a step back and realize the happiness should not come from when you have that thing. The happiness needs to come in the process of creating that thing. I'll be honest, a lot of times when you have that thing, it's not as good as you thought, or it's good for a very small amount of period of time. Like, it's not long lasting. So if you're trying to find that true authentic happiness, eliminate the conditional happiness, because it is a trap that'll bring you on this loop of being happy, then you get it, it gets ripped away from you, or it's not as good as you thought, and then you're unhappy again, and on to the next thing that can make you happy. And you'll be doing this for the rest of your life. So, okay, John, what can I do, right? And I'll talk about something else too here in a second, but what can I do? It sounds good. I understand the concept, but how do I overcome this? You know, we're all about actionable tools here. How you overcome conditional happiness. Step one is create an intentional form of gratitude. Create an intentional form of what you currently have and how you're happy with what you currently have. But yes, want more, go get more, but be happy with what you have. Be grateful for what you have, because probably what you have today is the thing that you used to beg or pray for many years ago. Step number two to overcome this conditional happiness is right down to the core. If none of those things out there that you want, right, setting the appointments, the houses, the cars, if none of those things existed, what would make you happy? What would make you extremely joyful? That you can control. And that's the difference maker. So the two things and the two ways for you to overcome conditional happiness, which is a trap of this vicious cycle, is this. All right? Two ways for you to overcome conditional happiness. Write this down. Step one is create an intentional gratitude, not just saying it, but feeling it, understanding it. Create a vision around that gratitude. And then step number two is if nothing existed that you put your happiness in, the cars, the boats, the houses, the appointment set, what could you find happiness in what you currently have? What can you find happiness in the process? Those are two easy ways to then create this new framework of what happiness truly is. And the coolest part is once you get that thing and once you do that thing that you originally thought was happiness, it actually feels better. It actually feels better. And it creates this momentum of happiness. Don't fall into that trap. All right, let's talk about something else that is a conditional level. Confidence. This is probably a bigger one than the happiness one. I know a lot of people suffer from the conditional happiness, but the conditional confidence is such a false feeling to have. What do I mean by conditional confidence? It's very similar to conditional happiness. And simply what it means is that you will create confidence once you have this skill set, right? You'll create confidence once you have this appointments on your calendar. You'll feel confident once you have this money. So it's very much the same thing as conditional happiness, but instead it's more of a confidence level. So we hear this all the time. When people start to join our real estate mastery coaching, I ask them if they have confidence and they say no, or very little, or in certain things. And I said, what don't you have confidence in? I don't have confidence in making the dials. I don't have confidence I can make that money. Okay, interesting. Why is that? And the response is very similar for most of them. It's because A, I don't know if I'm good enough, right? B, I've never done it before. I don't know if I'm good enough, or I've never done it before. And so the big mistake that you're making here, guys, is that if you're trying to find confidence in the result, there's a very good chance you won't find those results. If you're trying to find confidence in a result, there's a very good chance you won't find that result, because confidence comes from the work you do that creates the result, not from the result itself. So it's the waking up early like you said you wanted to. It's the going to the gym even though you don't want to. It's the making the extra dials that you said you're going to make even though you don't want to make them. Everybody said no today, but you still make the extra dials. That's how you create the confidence. Not when you call 100 people and get 5 appointments. That feels good, but that's not true confidence. And that is not controllable. So how do I create this controllable confidence? And that's what I want you to understand. There's a controllable confidence that you can create on a daily basis that will bring you light years ahead of from where you're at to where you want to go, increase your quality of life, increase your income, and it's a much better way to live. And as I said earlier about the conditional happiness, I fall into the same trap of conditional confidence. Man, we have X amount of people we coach. Once I have X amount more, then I'll feel like we've accomplished something. Then I'll have the confidence that, we've done something in this space that is way different than anybody else. I felt that before, right? But that's not real. So the conditional confidence needs to be eliminated and replaced with controlled confidence. And the way that you can control the confidence, right? The controllable confidence is like this. Very simply, do the shit that you said you were going to do, even though you don't want to do it. Confidence is the small commitments you keep to yourself. That's as simple as I could put it. Confidence is the small commitments that you keep to yourself. That, my friends, is the true version of confidence, not in the result you get from those small commitments. So what are you lacking right now? Where are you lacking that you are not staying committed to these small commitments? Right? Is it your dials? Is it waking up at a certain time? Right? Is it eating healthy? Right? Is it investing in yourself? What is it? Where do you know that you are not staying committed to these small commitments? And start to change that. Because it's very easy, right? To say, okay, if I want true confidence, I don't need to wait until I make the 100, 200, 500K, the million, 2 million, 5 million. I don't need to wait for that because it may never come. But I know how I can get there faster is create confidence before it happens with the things I can control. And that's the game changer. And nobody can take that away from you. When you have controllable confidence in keeping the commitments that you said you wanted to keep, that is massive, true, authentic confidence that will elevate you to all new highs. It's not easy. Remember, we have social media telling us we need to be a certain way. We have, society telling us we should be a certain way. We have social media putting people's highlight reels together and showing you all the great results these people are getting. But you don't know what's truly going on, right? But the reality is that what they're doing should not dictate your happiness. I'll tell you right now, here's a true story. So there's some coaches out there, right, that I look at and I'm like, man, they're doing some big things. They are. They're doing some really big things. But I know I'm better than them. But because they're doing big things, I don't feel better than them, right? Let me repeat that. They're doing big things, and I know to the core that I provide more value to agents. But because they are doing big things, my confidence level sometimes would go down. But in reality, if I know I'm doing a higher level of work for these agents, what they're doing shouldn't dictate my confidence. And that's another element that you should probably look at in your life is, are you only creating confidence off of the people around you, right? Hey, I'm really confident because I'm the best one in my office. Well, your office is, average agent's doing 10 transactions, dude. So first off, don't compare yourself to something that you don't want to be, right? That's step one. But the other part is, oh man, I'm never going to be like that person. They have such a, personality that is ready for the camera and they want to be on the camera. I'm just not that person. Therefore, your lack of confidence then shows in your results. So your confidence shouldn't be dictated around other people and what they do. Your confidence shouldn't be dictated around a result that you're trying to obtain. Your confidence simply should be dictated by the controllable things that you can do, the small commitments that you keep to yourself. And when you create that controllable confidence, the result that you want, you get there way faster. The people you're comparing yourself to, you pass them. And you do it with a much joyful process. And that's the most important part. So let's stop having conditional happiness. Let's stop having conditional confidence. And let's create some pure, authentic confidence, pure, authentic happiness. That's without saying, no, that there will be times, no matter who you are, that you will have your confidence in question. You will have your happiness in question. That's going to happen. But it's how you react to that. It's how long do you sit in that moment? right? How long do we sit in that moment? So don't wait to have the thing to be the person with confidence. Don't wait to have the thing to be the person with true happiness. Be the person with true happiness and be the person with true confidence. Therefore, you get that thing. So I just wanted to jump in here today and really have the conversation around those two elements, because at that conversion day, when that person said, hey, once I do this, then I feel like I'll be worth it. It really made me want to bring this to light on this show. And I hope that you listening right now, I hope you take this conversation and you bring it into your day, your week, your month, your life, because we all deserve to be confident. We all deserve to be happy. And just because you may not have the thing that you want, or you may not exactly have the skill set you want just yet, if you are working towards it, if you're staying committed to the small commitments you keep to yourself, those things are inevitable. So keep getting after it. So that's all we got for you today. I want to jump in here really quick, but as a reminder, just like I said in the beginning, DM me the word call night. Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook at Real John Marrone. Let's get you on call night. Let's get you some sales training. Let's get you a cool environment with some great people. We'll have our clients on there and a bunch of others around the nation making dials. And then we're going to give away some prizes. So make sure you jump on there. Now, if you have any questions, let me know. And last but not least, if you're looking for a coach that's going to get you the results, when you DM me, tell me that you're interested at all in coaching, and I will set up a call with you personally to hear about your business and see if we could help. But only if you're serious, right? Only if you're serious. So appreciate you guys taking the time out and listening. My brother's actually coming to town. He'll be here soon. So we're going to have about 2 weeks with him. So it's going to be an amazing time. If you guys follow me, you'll be able to watch the journey kind of as the next 2 weeks unfolds. But I appreciate everybody jumping in here. And just remember that your confidence and your happiness, it is up to you to understand that it's in the work you're currently doing, not in the results that you're doing the work for. Share this episode out. Give it to somebody you think that would get value from it, and make sure that you live and breathe this concept today and going forward. Go crush it. Go conquer it. Go kick some doors down and take what is yours. We'll see you guys next week.